Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. When we speak about EA, it's very difficult to speak about anything positive because these people barely do anything right or good. It's morally bad and it should be even illegal, but that's EA and that's FIFA, and the legislation is still not up to date to ban this kind of bad predatory behavior, if you ask me, from FIFA and from EA. So here we have a picture on Twitter by an account called FIFA 21 Mistakes and says put your two eyes on step 2. So if you're familiar with FIFA, you know that it has microtransactions, which is gambling, which EA calls surprise mechanics. But it is gambling because you have to pay real world money and you buy those coins and packs and you don't get the player that you want. It's just like pure chance, you see. So you might be extremely lucky and get one good player or two, or you might spend a fortune and not get anything. In fact, there was even a story about some kids who took their parents' account on the Nintendo Switch and spent around $10,000 without getting their favorite player, which was Messi. And you see here that this is a picture from a kids magazine promoting FIFA 21. You have these steps here, like step 1, start playing FIFA Ultimate Team. Yeah, you have to buy the game, in other words, and then use FIFA points to open packs. And you know, these FIFA points cannot be gotten in any other way except by buying them with real money. And then step 3, build your dream squads, which is not very correct and very accurate because you're likely going to spend a lot of FIFA points, that is to say a lot of money, real world money, and probably not even get your dream squad. And it is also pay to win, which is against competitiveness, and I'll come to that later on. So this picture has been exposed, but we have here another Twitter account under the name Ben Stone LFC. I think this person is a fan of Liverpool, the football team, soccer, like people in the United States call it, and they say that FIFA has been doing this for ages. And you see here that this is a picture of FIFA 20. It just didn't get that much traction and didn't get noticed, otherwise they're just doing that all the time. And it's the same thing, like step 1, buy the game, open the packs with FIFA points that you have to buy, and what is even more intriguing is that this game is, rated E, which means everyone, like kids, teens, whatever the case may be, all of people can play FIFA 21. In the picture of it, it is just a harmless game of football and people compete with each other, probably have a good time and even compete on Ultimate Team and whatnot, and that's it. But no, as I said, there is gambling in there and a lot of people resort to buying these points in order to have a bigger chance to get those really good players, like this one here on the cover, Mbappe, the French player, and probably other players like Ronaldo or Messi. So I don't understand why this game is rated E. In my opinion, it should be rated M or at least T, but with gambling it should be rated M because this is pure gambling. Like, you have to pay real world money to buy those FIFA points and then to gamble and to have a fraction of a chance to get the player that you want or to get a decent player card. So what's the point here of having this as everyone if they remove those? And it's very unlikely that they will remove those microtransactions. Then yeah, it should be E. And going back to this tweet, you'll see that a lot of people are not happy. You see, like, one person here says, what the heck is this? Another one says, doesn't seem like Peggy 3 to me, like 3 years old can play this game. Of course it's not. This kind of microtransaction is unfair to competitiveness and unfair to gameplay. So if you're someone who barely manages to save up to buy your favorite game like this, of course you will start with a weak squad of players and then you will play against some people who have some really good players. It's gonna be frustrating for you. You're not gonna like it at all. If someone loses all the time, it's no fun. But FIFA doesn't care and EA don't care anyway. And here we have an article from Eurogamer says fans hit out at EA for promoting FIFA microtransactions in magazines for children. The game is rated E, so if they went to a magazine's children, they would tell them our game is rated E, everyone, so it could be promoted in there. So there is a big problem here in legislation to stop this kind of predatory behavior and to put these microtransactions under the gambling law. EA responds and promises immediate review. Quote, we take very seriously the responsibilities we have when marketing EA games and experiences in channels seen by children. Seriously, are you serious? You know damn too well that your game is a gambling game at its very core, and you shamelessly put those advertisements in magazines that are targeted for children, and you just got caught. So you promise review because you only got caught, otherwise you would have kept on your scummy and illegal behavior, in my opinion. Again, the quote carries on. In spite of this, we are aware that advertising FIFA points has appeared in environments it shouldn't have. Then why are you putting your game as E? Why are you promoting your game as everyone? And the boards behind the ESRB, why are they letting this game promoted as E? I don't understand this. And then the quote says, we have been working diligently with Sims, I don't know what's that, to ensure this advertisement is not distributed in any remaining copies of their 2020 catalog. So I think this is the name of the magazine. We have also undertaken an immediate review of all future media placements and are working to ensure each of our marketing efforts better reflect the responsibility we take for the experience of our younger players. Younger players that shouldn't be there because of you, because of your game, because of the way you promote your game, because of the way your game is made. Pay to win. And then here we have a FIFA Pro player. He plays for a football team, a German one called Schalke, and he says that your wallet should not define your gaming skills. That's absolutely 100% true. And he says that he won't buy FIFA points during FIFA 21 season. And here he says, quote, that's way too much. It shouldn't be like this. You should never have an advantage just for paying. I know for sure there are pros who haven't spent that much and they're still qualifying for events, but it's way harder. I want to make it as easy as possible. You know, anyone who is familiar with these kind of games, they know that if you have a very good squad and very good players, you just have to have this kind of minimalistic skill, you know, the ins and outs of the game, and you know how to defend a little bit well and how to score, and that's it. You're gonna win most of the time. Again, he says, I have a certain responsibility and I haven't made a video for a long time where I opened packs with FIFA points. So he has a YouTube channel in there, and according to Eurogamer it has over 200,000 subscribers. You cannot really ask teens and children to follow this kind of model because they have this impulsive behavior, they don't think rationally, and the solution for this is that there should be a legislation that prohibits those kind of microtransactions or puts them under the gambling law, and then these games should be rated M. I mean, gambling affects the lives of people who are supposed to be adults and who are supposed to be thinking well, let alone children. Anyway, I hope this gets more traction and I hope EA gets punished hard by the law. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Don't forget to ring that bell for more news, and I will talk to you again soon. Have a good one.